Warning! This video contains spoilers for Wings of Fire Legends Dragon Slayer, Wings of Fire Book 2 The Lost Heir, Wings of Fire Book 8 Escaping Peril, Wings of Fire Book 9 Talons of Power, Wings of Fire Book 10 Darkness of Dragons, Wings of Fire Book 11 The Lost Continent, Wings of Fire Book 12 The Hive Queen, Wings of Fire Book 13 The Poison Jungle, Wings of Fire Book 14 The Dangerous Gift, and a plethora of other things I probably forgot to say. Hi everyone! Today we will be looking at a topic that I've wanted to cover for a long time, the various genetically associated traits in the Wings of Fire series. The ones for today's video are Animus Magic, hybrids, the hive mind / othermind, whatever you want to call it, firescales, and the whole Pantalan tribe thingy. For each of these, I'll describe what it is, give a short history, and tell you how it is associated with Heredity and the Punnett square, I think that's how you say it. I also just wanted to tell you guys that the friend which I'm writing the Islands of Fire with is starting their own YouTube channel, where he'll upload videos about LEGO gaming and his awesome art. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could give him some support. I would also like to point out a pretty interesting show on Netflix. It's called The Dragon Prince, and it has an intriguing plot and very good music. It's definitely targeted towards a younger audience, but it's still pretty good. As always, please point out any inconsistency or error I make, as that helps me a lot. With that out of the way, let's get started. Animus Magic. The word Animus Magic comes from the Latin animus, meaning soul, mind, and or life. So Animus Magic is the ability to manipulate objects and beings magically. Animus Magic can allegedly be used to do anything but bring a dragon back from the dead, at least according to Doctor. Tui has said it has more rules, but she hasn't specified what they are just yet. However, Animus Magic takes its toll on its user, slowly corrupting the soul of the user. Animus Magic almost certainly originated in an Icewing rural community, and with the power of science, was bred into the royal bloodline. From then on, it was passed to other tribes in the form of hybrids, bringing magics to many kingdoms, including, at least, the Kingdom of Sea, the Sky Kingdom, the Night Kingdom, and the Kingdom of Sand. It is somewhat likely, though not ever canonically confirmed, that there have been muddling animi before. Tui has said that there are no and never have been any rainwing animi, but this could change in the future. Because of the rarity of Animus dragons, we can assume that Animus Magic is a recessive gene. Using the Punnett square, we can predict that the offspring of two dragons carrying an idle Animus gene will have a 25% chance of being an Animus. Of course, this is merely a prediction and may not be accurate, as it is very unlikely that the two dragons would happen to fill these criteria. The casting of new Animus spells was completely disabled by a dragon commonly thought to be Jerboa. As confirmed by Tui, Animus Magic does not exist on Pantalan, and we will get the answer to the fate of Animus Magic in The Dangerous Gift. In the Wings of Fire canon, there are 12 natural animi, them being, in chronological order, Frostbite of the Icewings, Penguin of the Icewings, Prince Albatross of the Seawing Icewings, Queen Diamond of the Icewings, Jerboa of the Sandwings, Prince Arctic of the Icewings, Prince Fathom of the Seawings, Darkstalker of the Nightwing Icewings, Jerboa II of the Sandwings, Stonemover of the Nightwings, Princess Orca of the Seawings, and Prince Turtle of the Seawings. Keep in mind that these dragons all have partial Icewing genes, but they are too few to be considered hybrids in those cases, and the heritage of Jerboa is unknown. In my headcanon, you have to have a dragon of a different tribe in your last 3 generations to be considered a hybrid of any sort, which just happens to be the amount of non-hiving genes needed to be immune to the hive queen. You might also think that Anemone should be on this list, but she's an artificial animus, not a natural one. She was enchanted by her older brother, Turtle, during the Talons of Power ceremony, seen in a flashback from Talons of Power. This was done to draw the attention away from him because he didn't want to be discovered and used as Blitzer's secret weapon. There are some serious morality issues with this, but I can do a separate video on that if you would like, as this video is not for that. As always, please let me know if I've left out any important information or if my facts and science are inaccurate. Next up, hybrids. In real-life biology, a hybrid is a mix of multiple animal species. In the Wings of Fire universe, this definition retains accuracy, but with dragon tribes rather than entirely different species. Well, they sort of are different species, according to taxonomic rankings, which is domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, or DKPCOFGS. I guess that you could say that dragons are a genus and an individual tribe is a species. Anyway, just as stated earlier, you need to have a dragon from another tribe in the last 3 generations to be considered a hybrid in my headcanon. I think this because you are immune to the hive mind if you have these same genetics, which means that maybe he is considered a hybrid. This explanation also clears out certain uncertainties. For example, many fanlings say that you're a hybrid if, at any point, different tribal genetics have been in your bloodline. Unfortunately for this definition's supporters, this definition would mean that the entire Hybrid tribe and the entire Sea-Wing royal family are hybrids, when they are explicitly stated to be of a single tribe. Something I just want to say, and I couldn't find a better place to put it, is that beetle wings are very closely related to rainwings, even more so than the hive wings to the silkwings, especially because they both have very similar, if not the same, venom and venom-shooting mechanism. This fact has led many fanlings to determine that, in their headcanon, they are both descended from the same tribe, which I thought was pretty cool and I didn't know where else to put it, so it's a little off topic. Anyway, the thing with hybrids that makes them so cool is how unique they are. For example, Typhoon, a fanling-made hybrid that was auctioned into Darkness of Dragons, owes most of his popularity to his being a hybrid, not his having an important role. Hybrids are not illegal in any tribes aside from the Highwings, but instead are highly frowned upon in certain tribes. Both Blister and Burn did not tolerate the contamination of Sandwing blood in their armies, and even Sundew and Willow's relationship was kept a secret because they were from different sects of the same tribe. Hybrids have appeared in all installments of the first and second arcs, along with Darkstar. The oldest named hybrid, to my knowledge, in the Wings of Fire canon is the Mad Prince Albatross of the Sea-Wing Icewings. Also, fun fact, hybrids tend to share most of their mother's genes than their father's. The hive mind / othermind. The first thing I want to say about this is that it's creepy as heck. Though it exists in real life to some extent, it feels so unnaturally evil. As of the Poison Jungle, for the last 50 years, Queen Wasp has used the Breath of Evil plant as a hive mind to control the hivewings. Unbeknownst to her, however, the Breath of Evil has a psychological manifestation, the othermind, which allows it to control everyone it infects. You can be directly or indirectly infected by the Breath of Evil. Being directly infected means that you are directly controlled by the othermind. We have seen this happen when an infectious gas has been released from the vine by burning it. You can be indirectly infected if you are infected by someone else who is infected. We've seen this happen when Queen Wasp injects the hivewing eggs with her stinger. This leads them to be controlled by a dragon being controlled by the othermind. Queen Wasp and Hawthorne apparently did not know that they were doing the othermind's bidding, so that's kind of interesting. It's also because of the othermind that Blue becomes the first mainstream protagonist to become evil after the events of their book. It's also horribly twisted how the Leafwings, the good guys, gave Wasp the Breath of Evil because they wanted to control her. As we all know, that turned out well. Well, at least they edited it so that it only worked on Highwings, but that was very temporary and changed over the course of 50 years, as Hawthorne unknowingly made it able to infect all dragons, regardless of their tribe, with his leaf speed. So, very creepy indeed. As I earlier stated, the variation of the vine that can infect only Highwings does not work on Highwings that have not Highwing in the past 3 generations. And you're probably very tired of hearing me say that, so I hopefully won't anymore. As confirmed by the Poison Jungle, there is no known organism that the Breath of Evil cannot infect. This includes plants and likely microorganisms as well. Firescales. Contrary to popular belief, Sora being chameleon in reality, a rainling, has absolutely nothing to do with her possession of the firescales trait. The first reason why this is true is that at the time, Sora was a full skyling. There is nothing similar between chameleons' shapes, aside from the fact that they share the same conscience. For the purposes of this video, Sora and Kestrel are both full skylings with full skywing anatomy. Another reason that firescales have randomly popped out throughout skywing history, with no known link to the heredity of the firescales dragon. In addition, it was confirmed by Foeslayer in Escaping Peril that firescales have been around for as long as any dragon can remember. Also, Eagle and Princess Sunset said that they didn't tolerate dangerous differences in the Sky Kingdom when on the topic of Animus Magic. It is likely that they were also referring to firescales dragons. Because of the reasons listed above, I believe that the firescales trait is caused by a genetic mutation that occurred at the earliest stage of development. This mutation would also dictate other traits associated with firescales and no-fire dragons. This theory fits well with what we know so far about firescales dragons, so I'll just leave it at that. The Pantalan tribe thingy, and I'm sorry I don't have a better name for it. So, let's start from the beginning. There are 9, possibly 8 if the beetlewings and rainwings have a recent common ancestor, tribes living in Pyria. There is a huge conflict happening, which may be the scorching, so the leafwings and beetlewings, or just part of their common ancestor tribe, decide to leave for Pantalan. It is unknown whether Pantalan was common knowledge back then, or if they were just desperate enough to risk anything to escape Pyria. But they did it anyway. When they arrived, they were attacked by swarms of ants, bees, wild cats, snakes, you name it, controlled by the othermind. At this point, they had flame soaks, so their survival was more likely than it would have been without them. As far as we know, the leafwings have not changed since this event, only the beetlewings. Anyway, the two tribes realized that the attacks happened wherever the breath of evil was, so they uprooted all of it across Pantalan until there was just a single vine surviving in the poison jungle that they didn't even know about at the time. Millennia later, Clearsight arrives on Pantalan to start a new life and warn them of an impending hurricane. Later, she marries a dragon named Sunstreak and remarries after his death with another beetlewing, and has a ridiculous amount of dragonettes with both of them, at least according to Lady Scarab, our favorite hype. So basically, Clearsight's descendants kept marrying beetlewings until there were enough of them to be considered their own tribe, by themselves at least. Over all of this time, these beetlewings and beetlewing nightwings have co-evolved until the original beetlewings have dropped the rainwing venom and several physical traits to become the silkwings we all know and love today. Lady Scarab and Queen Wasp's great-great-grandmother declares the beetlewings with nightwing genes as their own tribe, and they start behaving as one tribe rather than as just part highwing beetlewings, and she forbids them to marry any silkwings. It is then that the newly declared highwings make up the enormous Book of Clearsight mystique. This splits the two, maybe one and a half, tribes that originally arrived on Pantalan into 3 distinct tribes. And then 500 years pass, and then that's where we are with the books today. I hope you enjoyed this video about genetics, heredity, and evolution in Wings of Fire. Please let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more videos like this in which I apply real-world science into Wings of Fire and other fantasy if you'd like. Just as a reminder, please check out my friend over at ColorKing 530. It means a lot. Don't forget to drop a like if you liked this video, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe to my channel for more Wings of Fire content, and I'll see you in the next video.